JFK Assassination Task Force to reveal finding on UFOs, Area 51, and pledges Americans will get the truth. Rob, if you got this clip to play, if you got this clip to play, go for it. Right here. Go ahead.
Well, we're trying to do what I think just about every American wants, and that's to force the government to be more transparent with the American people. Sure. There are lots of questions we have about, everything ranging from the JFK assassination to whether or not the government has any knowledge of UFOs that has been concealed. And one of the things that Tucker Carlson said that I don't know that I agree with, he may be right, but I don't know, when he says the CIA directors knew, I don't know if these deep state bureaucrats even tell their superiors, because they have the attitude that superiors come and go. There'll be a Republican administration, there'll be a Democrat administration, and they may know, but I believe that in these deep state agencies.
So the question becomes, what was supposed to be released just this Saturday? Wasn't.
We were. I mean, we've been promised since Trump's first.
This is James Comer, by the way.
Yeah, this is James Comer, and this is what we've been promised, Pat. JFK, because who was the Luna, the really attractive
Anna
Paulina Luna said, I've seen them, and she thinks that there's two shooters. Pam Bondi's like, the stuff is sitting on my desk. Kash Patel said, on day one, I'm going to X, Y, and Z. Okay, then you have him standing here, and he's saying, we're going to have to force the government. You are the government. Okay, you guys have the House, you have the Senate. We are promised all these things. We've been on you guys for this entire time. We've been supporting you the entire time. Enough of this waiting bullshit. And to be honest with you, it's not as if we don't know that JFK, at this point, there was multiple shooters. At this point, it's not even a secret anymore that multiple people were involved. Grassy Knoll, that what's his name was working with Russia. All this stuff is adding up. Everybody's dead. What are we waiting for? Just tell us what. The CIA was involved. So what's going to happen? We're going to abolish the CIA? Nobody's going to be held accountable. Okay, and the Epstein list. It is kind of weird, though, that we're promised it, and now that everybody's in, now we just have to sit and wait. And when Pam Bondi said, it's sitting on my desk, you have to do it for review. Hold on a second. Unless it's people that you're cool with, that you don't want to get in trouble, we deserve to see it. Sorry, I'm just knocking over yourself.
Vinny.
I'm so sorry.
Vinny,
okay.
You okay, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
You're fired up. You know what you seem like? You know what you sound like?
She's finished it.
You sound like an angry patriot right now, buddy.
It's almost as if I was drinking.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
you're right. It feels like we're slow walking this thing. Like, I mean, like, what does it take?
Why do you think, though?
I don't know. Maybe like Elon said the other day when they were interviewing him and Trump, he said that a lot of the time Trump will do an executive order and then it won't actually happen because the people who are responsible for executing it slow walk it, or there's people that are behind the scenes or lower down the totem pole that end up not executing the things for whatever reason. So I don't know, like, what's so difficult about just posting the files of the JFK thing, making it public, posting the PDF? Like, this was what, 3 weeks ago.
I mean, it's been 70 years. I mean, what's another couple days here, guys? I need it now.
It's digital.
It's a J.G. Wentworth commercial.
What was the 8 pages?
My money, and I need it now.
What was the 8 pages or something that the 9/11 that would blow? Like, enough of this waiting BS. We are in charge now. Okay, let me see it.
Let me just
hold on.
Let me. You've been ranting
and this is like 7 times.
And I'm just calmly waiting for me to talk.
Let's see the next time someone interrupts me. Go ahead, Vinny. Keep ranting.
You just did it 7 times. Go ahead.
Literally, and I just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
It's like the 9/11.
I need to fight afterwards, by the way.
Yeah, we got it. We'll do it in the middle.
Ready.
There's three of the main things that all these people that they call us kooks want to finally know. JFK, which was one of the worst moments in the history of this country, that they killed, they assassinated, and the biggest form of treason, they murdered a sitting president because he didn't want to go to war. Okay, he wanted to withdraw. He wanted to splinter the CIA into a million pieces or whatever the hell he said. Yep. Then the second one, 9/11. There's 9 documents that you guys are holding that we can't see. What are you hiding it for? Is it Saudi's involvement? Is it our involvement? Did Bush and all them know? And then the third one is 9/11, JFK, and then the Epstein. Are you kidding me? Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's brother claims that he's not dead, whatever, but Ghislaine Maxwell is right now rotting in a prison, doing 25 years for selling human beings, for little girls. Where are her customers at? Where are all the people that abused, potentially raped, and maybe even killed because nobody knew what the hell was going on this island, and nobody wants to know, and we have the list. Release everything. And if Trump was on it, I get messages. People are like, well, maybe it's because Trump is. I go, if Trump was on that list and he was at that island, you would have heard about this shit before Russia collusion. Way before Russia collusion.
Why is this not being released? I think they keep saying, why is it not being released?
I think because some of their friends are on that list, and some of their friends behind closed doors are like, hey, listen, just please, just as long as you can, just say that it's, there's no, give me another explanation.
Yeah, but I get that with Epstein.
Yes.
I don't get that with Kennedy. I don't get that with the other ones.
I think it's a matter of like, there's this saying that time either promotes you or exposes you. And throughout the period of the last couple of years, so many conspiracy theorists have been vindicated. The conspiracy theorists have been right all along about so many things. So I think when it comes down to these very, very important classified documents, like this is the last kind of grips on the narrative that they have. They're fearful that once that paradigm is broken for people and they realize that maybe the CIA was involved or the narrative was not what they were told, what's going to happen? Will it be the collapse of society or at least the collapse of their grips on society? Because they're going to realize once again, the conspiracy theorists are vindicated.
Adam.
Look, I think it was Glenn Beck.
Anyway,
who said,
Pat, I just want to say something really fast. I think that aliens.
So that means I'll just start ranting and raving and turning red and say nothing.
And making points.
Say nothing.
Oh,
It's not that guy.
Saying
you know what?
nothing.
Let's fucking go.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead.
Here's the deal. I think it was Glenn Beck that said 2 weeks ago, I guarantee you, within the next 10 days, they're going to release the Epstein files. I think he said a guarantee.
He said 10 days.
I want to say guarantee. It's been how many days? Glenn Beck,
14.
our friend.
It's been 14 since
Today
Glenn
is
was...
14 days.
Okay, but since he said
No, since Cash gets in.
When Cash gets in.
Which was
when
last
did
Friday.
Cash get in?
Last Friday.
No, last Thursday he was confirmed.
So how many days is it?
Business days 2.
Tick tock, guys.
Yeah.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what happds there. You guys sound like stubborn children. It's been 62 years.
No.
I need it right now.
Yeah.
It's like relax, guy.
No, I don't want to relax.
You just got in. How many Celsiuses have you drank today?
I haven't had any. But when
you
somebody
spilled it all over this
when
girl.
somebody says on day one, he said on day one, Adam, I am about promises being kept and accountability.
He also said that he'd end the Ukraine-Russia
Trump.
war
No, not Trump.
on day one.
Kash Patel said
Buddy,
on day
he
one.
hasn't even gotten his office yet.
I don't give a shit. You
Give
said
him
you're going to do it.
give him a
No, it's on
second.
Pam Bondi's desk.
Okay.
She has it.
All right.
What are we waiting
Well,
for?
then keep that same energy when you meet Pam Bondi and you meet Kash
I'll
Patel.
meet all of them.
Right to their
100%.
face.
If I meet them and they haven't released it, trust me, they're going to hear it because the real supporters that have been with that whole group for 9 years, we want what we were promised. Plain and simple.
been with Kash
It's important to keep
for
the
9
pressure
years.
on
No, the
too.
president.
It's important to keep the pressure on too, because how fast the news cycle is moving. If we don't keep the pressure on every day, then people forget about it, and
Buddy,
then
you
the
don't
pressure
think
gets
that
lighter and lighter.
they
So
have
we
an
can't let
agenda?
up on it.
That's
All
what
right,
they
let's go to
campaign
this
on.
next one here, Robs. This morning, I'm reading an article from 2017, Kellogg, okay? Kellogg School. Kellogg is known as one of the best marketing schools out there. Rob, if you can go to the story here. If you can just go to the story, click on the link below.
That's
Watch
at
this one here.
Northwestern, is it not? Or
It's
is
a
it- where's
very,
Kellogg?
very, very respectful school. Sitting near a high performer can make you better at your job. It's called a spillover from certain coworkers can boost our productivity or jeopardize our employment. What are they saying? Go a little bit lower to read this a little closer. The people we sit near at work inevitably impact our day. They may brighten our mood or drive us crazy. So for me, like I have a problem here, right? 25. What's more, our
I have
work
a good problem.
neighbors can actually change how we do at our jobs. Researchers looked at the 25-foot radius around high performers at a large technology firm and found that these workers boosted performers in coworkers by 15%. That spillover, positive spillover, translated into an estimated $1 million in additional annual profits, according to new research from Dylan Miner, an assistant professor at managerial economics and decision sciences at Kellogg. Now watch this here, how this continues. So 25 feet radius, 15% positive, okay? Watch the opposite. The flip side is that bad eggs impact their neighbors too. Negative spillovers from so-called toxic coworkers is even more pronounced, sometimes having twice the magnitude of impact on profits as positive spillover. Yet, while this toxic spillover happens very quickly, it also dissipates almost immediately once that worker is either fired or relegated to the far physical reaches of the company. You can stop with the story here. What is this story about? If you think about a lady this morning, Crystal, who her and I Minnect a lot, she Minnected me today to speak to her son, 13-year-old son. I've met him before. So I sent him a message this morning on the drive here talking to him about what it is to be 13 years old. Yeah, I've been talking to my boys right now about a book I'm reading called Aggressive Girls and Clueless Boys. Every father with boys has to read this book because nowadays girls are approaching guys about sex and flirting versus it used to be the other way around. We had to. Today, girls are the ones that are more aggressive. If you have a son, do whatever you can. Don't look at the ratings. Just go read this book. It's 80 pages. You must read this book. Every parent, it's very necessary for you to read this book. It's 136 pages. So I'm talking to this kid about one of the most basic things you can do in life at early ages to win is choose your friends wisely. Later on in your career, one of the best things you can do in your life is choose your bosses, the company you work with, and your coworkers wisely. You do, you'll grow. You'll do better. You don't, you'll hate the company. You'll hate your boss. You'll be angry at everybody. You'll be walking on eggshells like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And you're thinking it's you, it's somebody else. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people in life are crap magnets. There are people that purely are crap magnets. They cannot help themselves but constantly attract negativity and problems in your life. You got to do whatever you can to avoid those folks. But if you can simply decide to attract better people in your life can improve in every possible way. Many years ago, I wanted to learn how to be a better networker. There was a guy I would work a room with, and I would watch this guy. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's a great networker. I'd never seen a networker like this before. This guy was a former hairstylist for Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, and he would go into a room, and it was like, boom, he went from this guy to that guy to this guy to this guy to that guy, and then all of a sudden we're in the office of the CEO's room. I'm like, how the hell did this guy do it? Couldn't believe how the guy would network. What's the moral of the story? Networking has changed. There's been an evolution to networking. But for us, I took many of those things I learned many years ago, and I applied it in business, in raising money, in getting in rooms, and getting guests on the podcast, and recruiting folks who became presidents of the company, CTOs, technology investors, raising money. But the ability to network is so critical today because there's an element of networking that's also networking and finding your peer group, your friends. There's 8 mistakes people make when it comes down to networking. Next Tuesday at 3 p.m., Tuesday, March 4th at 3 p.m., I'm going to give you a PDF of the 8 mistakes people make on networking. On this webinar that I'm hosting, you can go to vtwebinar.com to register. Again, vtwebinar.com to register. You're going to get those 8 mistakes. Trust me, you want to know what these 8 mistakes are because it's do's and don'ts that we'll cover on that podcast and that on that Zoom. It's a 1-hour Zoom, free for everybody. And I'll share the evolution of networking tools. And also on that webinar, I'm going to give you 3 updates. Massive, massive new features on Minnect that I'm so excited about, and an opportunity for some of you guys to come and join us at Kentucky Derby. So go to VT Webinar, register for it, and I'll look forward to seeing you there next Tuesday, the 4th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Registered. We'll see you there. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.